For centuries, we've been told that human flight began in 1903 with the Wright brothers. But what if that's not true? Scattered across the world are artifacts, blueprints, and even ancient texts that seem to describe flying machines, long before humans were supposed to have this technology. Take the Saqqara bird, a small wooden object found in an Egyptian tomb dating back over 2,000 years. At first, archaeologists dismissed it as a simple bird carving, but aerodynamics experts noticed something strange. It had the exact proportions of a modern glider. And then there's the Vimanas, flying chariots described in ancient Hindu texts like the Mahabharata and Vaimanika Shastra. These texts don't just mention flying machines, they describe how they work. They mention propulsion systems, pilot controls, even descriptions of anti-gravity technology. How could civilizations that were supposedly limited to simple boats and chariots describe something so advanced? The forbidden blueprints of the past. What if detailed knowledge of ancient flight existed and was deliberately erased? There are stories of secret blueprints hidden deep within the Vatican Archives, scrolls locked away in forbidden chambers of Tibetan monasteries, and even ancient texts confiscated by military agencies. For example, in 1898, British archaeologist Sir William Flinders Petrie supposedly discovered papyrus scripts in Egypt that detailed aerial vehicles powered by an unknown energy source. The texts mysteriously vanished, along with many of his notes. Was this knowledge deliberately suppressed? The Nazca Lines, an ancient runway? In the deserts of Peru, the Nazca Lines stretch across miles of barren land, massive geometric patterns and animal shapes that can only be fully seen from the air. Here's the problem. These lines were created thousands of years ago, when humans supposedly couldn't fly. Some researchers suggest these were runways, used by an ancient civilization or even extraterrestrial visitors. Could the Nazca people have known the secret of flight? Or were they trying to communicate with something already in the sky? The 10,000-year-old crash, the Wedge of Ayud. In 1973, workers in Romania uncovered a strange metallic object buried in ancient sediment. The problem? The artifact, known as the Wedge of Ayud, was made of aluminum, a metal that wasn't supposedly discovered until 1825. Yet the wedge was 10,000 years old. Scientists were baffled. The object resembled part of an aircraft landing gear, something that should have been impossible in ancient times. Was this evidence of lost technology? A piece of an ancient flying machine that crashed? And if so, who was flying it? The lost civilization of the sky. What if the reason we find traces of ancient flight all over the world is because there was an entire civilization that ruled the skies and was erased? Ancient myths speak of flying cities and celestial kingdoms. The Tower of Babel, a structure that reached toward the heavens before being mysteriously destroyed. The Atlantis legend, describing an advanced society that vanished after angering the gods. The City of the Gods in Teotihuacan, Mexico, whose layout eerily resembles an airport. Could all these myths be remnants of a real, technologically advanced civilization? One that didn't just explore the earth, but ruled the skies? And if they disappeared, what wiped them out? The greatest cover-up in history? If evidence of ancient air travel exists, why don't we hear about it? One theory suggests that world governments have long known about these discoveries, but deliberately suppress them. The Smithsonian Institution has been accused of hiding evidence that contradicts mainstream history. The U.S. Air Force has confiscated artifacts related to anti-gravity technology. The Vatican Library allegedly contains books describing early flight technology, locked away from the public. Is it possible that rediscovering this lost knowledge could change everything, including modern aviation, energy, and even space travel? And if so, who is keeping it from us? The final question: are we the first? History tells us that human flight is only a recent achievement. But the evidence suggests otherwise. Did an ancient civilization master the skies before us? Did they leave behind traces of their knowledge, only to have them erased? Or, perhaps the most terrifying question of all, did something destroy them? And if that's true, could it happen again? Let us know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Dark Chronicles for more mind-blowing mysteries that challenge everything you thought you knew about history.